Okay, we're live. How we doing, everyone? I'm gonna let you hit get everything inside of school, JP, and then also make sure that Instagram is rolling before we get into the topics.
All right. Should be good to go.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. You have Nina Brennan and Jonathan Polanski here, co-founders of Scaling Lean. Let us know where you're tuning in from. So we have everything streamed on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, etc. We really want to know where our audience is tuning in from. If you guys have any questions about anything of scaling online, that's what we're here for. Welcome to the Daily RevUp. This is episode 8. We're going live Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every single week, just to talk about what's happening in the online space. We're talking about changes in the marketing space, how offers are being structured, how behavior is actually changing from people just buying online, and what we're seeing firsthand after scaling to 7 figures in the online space. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to you, JP. You could introduce the topic, and we'll just go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say today's topic, let's just pick one. What do you think, Nina?
All right, let's talk about offer structure and how it's changing because we have seen over the last, I would say, 2 to 3 years, specifically from 2022 into 2025, that the market has really shifted from buying like solely high ticket offers to now how the buyer behavior really is because of the trust recession. So let's talk a little bit about what shifted in the offer space, how communities have completely taken over what's going on, and we could see what's going on with obviously school and what we've done in order to nurture and expand the nurturing process in order to still be able to sell high ticket in the online space.
Yeah, that's a great topic then. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways we can go with this. So ultimately, what we've observed in the market over the past couple of years is the market is shifting to more of a like trust recession where folks are basically numb to the fact that you make an offer, you get on a call, and then you close a high ticket deal, right? So there's a lot of folks in the industry that are doing that exact process. And there's a lot of folks that have done that over the years and taught that over the years. So what we're seeing is people taking more time to learn about what you do, how you do it. And what that looks like is creating lower ticket offers and community-based operating systems like we do at Scaling Lean here to indoctrinate and then give the opportunity to basically invite someone into a lower ticket product and or guide in order to learn more about you. So that's the high level of what we're seeing that is accelerating the trust, like, know, and trust, because people are looking for more of a small dose of what you do before making that ultimate buying decision. Not saying high ticket's dead or anything, like we still do have success with call funnels and in multiple different industries and stuff like that. But we are seeing that when you have a component of low ticket and community inside of your offer, it's definitely helping build your pipeline, your warm pipeline deeper. So then when you do make that offer, someone does see the VSL or the opportunity to book a call and or purchase your high ticket offer, it increases the rate of that purchase.
Yeah, and this goes hand in hand with the idea of brand and how it relates to offer. And what we're seeing in the online space, you can still sell high ticket from a video sales letter or just like a VSL funnel. It's very simple, especially when you have stake in the game. That's what we're seeing is like if you are able to build a brand that's very strong, that builds know, like, and trust, you can go straight to a call and people are going to close like this. Very simple. But because there's so many people building brands, the people that have like the very professional brands are the ones that are like taking up the market share with going straight from like that less than 7-day close cycle. If you're somebody who's newer in the online space and you're still building that brand, you're still building that trust, you're still building your audience base, they just need a little bit more face time with you and more value from you in order to make those decisions. So instead of waiting around for somebody to buy high ticket, you nurture them for free. You do the whole Hermosi style, give, and then ask. But what you can do is you could ask slightly. So get like a $27 chunk or a $497 chunk. So when they consume your content and they're actually getting results from these lower tickets, it's like a fast track to that higher ticket. That's what we're seeing is working in this like online space, especially if you don't have the entire brand built out across multiple social media platforms, you don't have the team editing your content, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the other things that would probably be relevant to bring up here, Nina, is just like the 4 weeks to profit method that we've developed, right? To get that initial momentum and client flow into the validation process, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel that a lot of people need to focus on just getting that one thing dialed in that they do. And oftentimes we've observed that folks think of a massive program instead of just chunking it down to like a 4 week sprint for $500 or whatever price tag. We recommend $500 to get that initial validation and feedback going. And then you can potentially move that person into another high ticket offer on the back end of that based on what you learn and your expertise, right? So that's where we've really focused and developed our initial validation process that I feel really helps folks get to those higher ticket offers more effectively quicker, right? Because they're not overwhelmed with building this giant $2,000 to $5,000, $10,000 offer that's going to take 3 to 4 months to fulfill. We can chunk it down into a 4 week transformation and really help folks get momentum, get feedback, and then validate what they're doing to expand it into bigger offers based on what they learned. Right. So that's also important that we've seen kind of developing over the years with all the folks that have been so successful, right? The ones that chunk their goal down and focus super focus on a smaller transformation first are the ones that have success as they grow their business with more clients with that higher ticket offer.
Yeah. And I want to talk about a little bit of vision planning and how it goes hand in hand with offer development. So I know a lot of times people come to the online space because it is one of the easiest and best business models to make. Info products, digital products, coaching, community, etc. are all my favorite things to build as like a startup business because it's very low risk. So people come into the online space and they're like, "Oh, I want to monetize my expertise." And they get so obsessed with just making money very quickly that they never think about the long term of trading time for money. And Vision definitely has, like, this is what we're helping our clients with is you can monetize your expertise very simply. You could be a consultant, you could be a done for you worker, you could be a freelancer, you could build a course, whichever direction you choose. But if you want time freedom alongside of financial freedom, it's very important to get the validation and then look at the long term of what you're going to build in order to have a time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom business. I feel like with Offer JP, not a lot of people think of the long term, nor do a lot of coaches and or gurus teach how to set clients up for success with the 3C's business model. And I think it's very important to bring that up here because what we're seeing is people are like, "Oh, I just want to like launch an offer," and then they get stuck in like delivering one-on-one and then they burn out, or they build a course and they build a course and they build a course and they never launch because they're waiting for like the perfect delivery and they never build a, like correct foundations. Excuse me. Or they build a community and they're stuck in that low ticket trap of they're getting $49 to $99 clients coming in and they never are able to break like $1,000 online. So let's talk a little bit about the 3C's business model and how that's helped us make over 7 figures in the online space and how it's been a staple in our business since 2021.
Yeah, that's a great point, Nina. And I want to kind of go into like unpacking here a little bit of like how we can position different offers around that core main flagship offer, because we do always optimize for one main flagship offer in that initial 7 figure build, I guess you'd say, right? But well, first off, the 3C's business model is coaching, community, and course, right? And the way that we're able to effectively go from not having a ton of leverage because we're going out to the market and getting validation behind our hypothesis of our big idea. The way we're able to go from one-to-ones in a 4 week to high leverage hybrid offer models is because we build assets behind our validation phase, right? So, and that's in the form of a high ticket community and a high ticket course, right? Where we can use it more as a reference guide to plug people into whether they're working one-to-one with us or working to us more in a consulting group coaching model, right? We can plug them into our done for you templates, a 20-minute video outlining the entire process. And we're more of the guide of the journey than us doing it for them one-to-one like we do in the early stages during validation, right? So ultimately what that unpacks as we develop and refine our offers is we're then able to break those offers of the different things that we're developing into micro offers, right? And then we can fragment those down into 1 hour workshops or 4-day cohorts or even low ticket communities, right? Like there's loads of different ways that we position and maneuver this. But that's the power of having the 3Cs business model, because it gains us back our leverage while giving us that high touch with the clients, and then being more of a resource guide for them. And then if they do want more access to us, we can certainly still offer the one-to-one, but it's more at a premium offer phase that's comfortable for us, right? So that's just what we've seen, Nina. And if you want to put anything on top of that, that's my vision and view of it.
Yeah, and the reason that we speak so highly about communities here is because when you get somebody into the community, there's 3 different pathways that they can buy, right? The first thing, they could just buy your course. So if you have everything centralized inside of this community, the whole incentive is to get somebody into the 3Cs business model, which is your course coaching community, right? But you can, as you were just saying, fragment these into like different offers where like, okay, if you want access to the course, there's like no community, like you could just go through the course. It's self-study, it's self-paced, it's a one-time purchase. Or you could join a community and you could do a year for like a discount, because we don't really like the $49 a month or $99 a month model, because there's a lot of things. It's called churn. If you guys don't know what that is, somebody will come in and after 2 to 3 months, they'll get value and then they'll leave, or they'll just kind of stay in the community, forget that they're paying for it, look at their credit card when they finally look at their credit card, and then you're the first thing that goes, right? So you get a lump sum payment for like a 12-month community. It's like, okay, we're good to go there. Now they're in the community, they're getting value, and they're seeing clients get expedited results because they're seeing now the coaching aspect to it, but they're not part of it. So now community members are now fast tracking into the higher ticket. That's more of a group coaching model. And then the group coaching model, they're seeing people have one-on-ones, and it's ascending them very slowly, but that at their own time and space. And that's the beautiful thing that we're building with this 3Cs business model that we've done for 4.5, almost 5 years now. That's just worked very well. And I feel like a lot of people just don't talk about how to structure an offer to scale. And that's really what we wanted to do on this live today. Is this is how people are making consistent 10, 20, 30, 50, our clients, $100,000+ months, because they have this container of the 3Cs.
Absolutely. And it's also important to speak about how important it is to get that time with the client to build the trust factor up, right? And that's what we found with the 3Cs business model is we can get that relationship built, which will keep the clients longer and longer and longer, and give us the opportunity to give them new offers as they grow to new stages of their business, right? And I loved what you just said there, Nina, about like the upsell potentially just becomes natural, and it's more they just come in and see the next step because of the plan that you've laid out for them. So then it's more, I mean, sure, you make an offer, but it's more of like an invitation, and or they just know that they're at the next stage now, or maybe they find something inside of the program that they just can't overcome and they just need that higher level of support, right? And then you're the person that they're going to look to because they've been on your calls and been in front of you, and they've even paid you, right? So it makes sense for them to go to the next level.
Yeah, 100%. And that's like what's working. And we can talk about how to fast track it with AI. AI has completely changed the game since 2021 when we first entered the online space. It has made it, I would say, 10, 20, 100 times easier to make course material, to be able to provide for your clients, to be able to provide resources for your clients. We won't even get into that today, but we could push into that maybe on Monday of how we're leveraging AI inside of offer creation and marketing around it. But that is the way to go. If you want to scale online, or if you just want to make a predictable 10K, 20K, whatever it is that your goal is, start with the vision, reverse engineer it. And every single person that you watch online, from the bigger creators, right? Like Iman Ghazi and Sam Ovens, like they all, and even Alex Hermosi, they all have the 3Cs business model in place where it's coaching, course, and community. And the reason that is because you can buy at your own pace. So before you build this long-term offer of like, oh, I just want to sell a course, or, oh, I just want to have a community, know that this is the model that 7-figure businesses, including our own, has developed over the years. And now it's just easier to fast track it. So that being said, I think we could wrap it up, JP, but do you have anything? Because we had 7 people on about 30 seconds ago.
Absolutely. No, I'm pretty clear on what we covered there. Pretty much 3Cs. So community, course, and coaching. Initially, we launch a $500 offer for 4 weeks. We validate our idea, and it really limits the amount of things that we should be doing, right? In that initial validation phase, if you're in that phase right now, the only thing you should be doing and focusing on is content, DMs, and making offers, right? Just having conversations, whether that's via email or DMs, and then moving those folks into the offer phase and getting your validation offer with 3 to 5 paying clients, right? And then as we grow, then we turn that into a 3C's business model offer, which gains us back time and allows us to have more impact because those folks can be on our group coaching calls and referencing our course material and inside of our community to grow and allow us to have more impact and generate more revenue for our business.
Absolutely. So we'll see you guys on Monday at 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. We are going live Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 10 o'clock, just to give you guys some insights of what we've seen from scaling our business to 7 figures in the online space, selling info products through the 3C's business model. If you have any questions that you want answered directly on these daily RevUps, let us know. We have no problem building a topic around something that you guys are requesting. That being said, we will see you on Monday.